Hey, what's up? Ray and Ryan here coming to you guys with Movement Monday with Ray and Ryan. I'm Ray, that's Ryan, and here we are live with this week's version of Movement Monday, mid-November, November 13th, 2023. Getting into it. Before we get too far into it, if you are tuning in live, please be sure to give StreamYard permission to post your comments in the live stream so that way we can see them as we're online here. We're using StreamYard as a means of streaming to multiple platforms, and we'd like to be able to see your comments live. If not, then we can go back to them and comment after the fact, but it's always nice to have the live interaction. So we'll go ahead and jump into it and get started. Want to kick it off, Ryan?
Yeah, well, before we go too far, I mean, it's always been in the back of my mind, but until you just said it, we're in mid-November already.
We're in mid-November.
Where does the year go?
For
I mean, that's wow. My mind just went for a second. Yeah, that's awesome. God, Thanksgiving's right around the corner.
For sure.
Christmas, New Year's. Wow, we're like knocking on the door.
We have plans to put up our Christmas decorations next weekend. So it's like, oh, well, I guess it's here now, So,
yeah, 'tis the season.
Yeah.
Well, I know last week, I believe it was, we kind of alluded to some new things coming down the pipe as far as Innov8tive is concerned. And now that we've got a little more concrete information to dole out there, we can talk about some of that stuff a little more. One of the things I think we alluded to was that one of our products is a coffee product, which is amazing. Does a lot of weight management. I think some people get some energy from it. I think you can use it as in our fitness lingo, you can use it as like a pre-workout. But not everybody is a fan of coffee, and it's coffee flavored. Me being one of those people. I mean, I still use it because the benefits, I can get through tasting something I don't really like to get the benefits of it. But now they introduced the same thing, but it's in capsules. So there's no taste. And we've ordered ours, but haven't got them yet. So I'm very excited to get those and use them, try them, and see how they work.
Yeah,
which I'm sure will be great.
No, and I'm excited for that mainly because with the coffee, for me, I have to drink the coffee iced, and it has to be in a full cup of ice, and that's just the way that it tastes the best to me. I also don't put anything in my coffee, so I don't use any of the flavored stevia or anything like that. So I just drink it straight. But being that you and I both work out first thing in the morning, it's sometimes hard to mix up a cup of coffee, get it chilled, and drink that before we head to the gym. I don't know about you, but I wake up, basically roll out of bed, change, brush my teeth, and get out of the house. And so time to have coffee between here and the gym is just not really a thing. So I'm really excited about these capsules because I know about the pre-workout part of it and the energy that it brings. I've done it once before when I've gone in the afternoon, and it's next level. Definitely gets me going and gets that heart rate up. But to be able to do it in just a pill form and pop the pills, it's so much easier because I have my water with me already. I don't have to prepare it beforehand, and so this is definitely. I can't wait to try them. If it's I'm fully expecting it to be just as good as the coffee. And if it is, then it's going to be a game changer for my workouts. And not only that, it's an appetite suppressant, and it's got the thermogenics in it. It helps burn the fat better. And so it's capitalizing on that workout on top of giving you the energy to get through the workout, which, some days those 5 a.m. workouts get to be a little tough. So yeah.
No, I'm exactly the same way in the morning. My alarm goes off, I think like 5:20ish, gives me enough time to get up, get dressed, I mix our energy drink because that's what I take to the gym with me, and say goodbye to my wife and I'm out the door.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm very, very excited. Like you said, just the ease of it. Just pop a pill or two and off to the gym you go. So yeah, I'm very excited to see how it works. I mean, I know what the coffee does, but yeah, like you said, I'm sure it'll be every bit as good, if not better. So
Yeah.
super, super excited about that.
Well, yeah, and we're coming up on um, resolution season, so it's definitely good timing because here we are, in the beginning of the holidays and rolling right into when folks tend to indulge and let up a little bit on anything that they've accomplished over the year. That time between the end of summer and leading right up to the holidays is typically still just trying to maintain but barely doing it because you're not working on the summer body anymore, but you're still working on trying to not get so far that you have to work at it at the beginning of the year again. And so um, I like the mentality of that I can get started with it now and have a head start of where normally it started at the beginning of the year. And so it's just a leg up on that. And so um, I'm excited to get started on them early, and not wait to the beginning of the year to start with my resolution changes. So um, it's holidays are next weekend. So
Yeah.
whereas there's Thanksgiving is not this coming weekend but the weekend after, and so that's when we start with indulging and overeating, and a lot of families, it means that it's heavy sugary food, sugary alcohol, sugary you know fattening stuff. There's just a lot of stuff that's not necessarily diet friendly, but it's we're all going to participate because it's not you should be able to have enjoy the time there, but also it's an ability of knowing that that's going to be a 1 maybe 2 day thing with leftovers, maybe a couple of days, but also jump back on track and stay on track, and don't just let it go and hurt yourself and start worse off than you could have at the beginning of the year. So
Yeah. Well, and then, the meeting we just got off of, we heard, an incredible testimonial about the Ignite.
mm,
And, I don't want to get into too much on here, but it's an amazing story. And hearing that and knowing the potential of what we have, you know, to go use it, I mean, all the time, but like you said, to get through the holidays, get a step ahead, when we come out the other side, you're not as far back maybe as you normally would be.
yeah,
So yeah, I think, yeah, get on it now and get ahead of the game a little bit, and still in moderation with all the food and everything, sweets and everything that comes with the holidays, but be better off, coming out the back end of that.
definitely. Well, and that, if I'm being honest, that's just an addition to the things that I think are good, because I don't know that I can't remember when the Optimate came out, the pre and probiotic that we have. But the pre and probiotic, they're with all of the indulgence and all of the stuffing that you're likely to do, it helps a lot to get that processed and to get your keep your digestive tract clear and clean on a regular basis. And so again, setting the foundation for a healthy gut and a healthy digestion is huge, and it's a huge part of a healthy diet and a good diet, and it's only going to make the workout and the movement that folks do that much more beneficial. So I do the Optimate every day, already, and so it's just a matter of working in the Ignite capsules in with that rather than the coffee, and it's going to be a lot easier for me to do it that way because um, I start my day sometimes at 4:30 in the morning working when I'm coaching, and so again, to get the coffee in while I'm there is kind of awkward and weird. And then I come home and I have to jump right on because I go from one job to the other right away. By choice, I realize it's a choice, but just the ease of having that in a capsule is going to be a game changer. So, and pairing it also with the multivitamin. Speaking of foundation, you should be taking a multivitamin. So that complete product is definitely something that that contributes. So,
yeah, and I'm feeling, I can feel a difference between our Gen 1 and Gen 2 patches.
mm-hmm.
I definitely feel in a very, very good way, but different since I've started wearing the Gen 2 patches. I don't, there's just, it's hard to put into words, but I can feel a difference in my body from before, which was good, with our original patch, but now with the Gen 2, they're even better. So it's pretty incredible.
And on that note, for me, the CBD, there's always kind of the fear of putting it somewhere below your heart because we were told that the Gen 1 patches had to be in a place in a spot in your body above your heart, and being able to put them on an area that needs more attention than not and get it closer to the area that it's going to help you relieve some of those aches and whatnot is huge. Putting them on my legs or whatnot when I had heavy running days, it helps. And I haven't had to do it too often, but I've tested it out to see, and it definitely makes a difference. I do agree that there's a difference there with the between the Gen 1 and Gen 2. But not only that, I won't lie, I felt like sometimes there was a lot that was here because I was wearing 8 patches at one time. Being able to put them on different spots kind of just spreads out the load a little bit and makes it feel a little less like I'm carrying it all the weight on my shoulders, literally. So,
right. Yeah.
That's cool. I like it.
Well, and I think just being able to, I never had skin issues with the
Mm-hmm.
patches, but just, given, because I would too, I'd go from this shoulder next day, this shoulder, just
Mm-hmm.
back and forth, just be able to give that area a little break, I think is a good thing too.
For sure.
We had somebody comment, I don't know, on my end, it just says Facebook user, but hello to whoever.
Yeah, that's in mine too.
Whoever commented, hello. We'll hopefully see who you are afterwards when we go back and watch the replay. But
for sure.
Glad you're on with us.
Quick update: my mustache is coming in, holding it strong for my Movember month.
That's looking good.
Thanks. And just to remind everybody, or in case anybody missed it, I am working on 60 miles in the month of November. Trying to hit 60 miles, and again, that represents the 60 men that commit suicide every minute globally. And so it's just bringing awareness and to suicide prevention and men's mental health. And the mileage has become my motivation for the month. Talk about movement and motivation and getting those miles. And I quickly realized that, if a class that I go to is shorter than I need for it to be, or the time on the treadmill is not as long as I want it to be, that means I have to kick it up a little bit more because I need the miles. So I've caught myself running faster than I normally do. And I'm like, well, shoot, if all I knew it was going to take for me to set a personal goal, not even that really anybody's holding me accountable to, but that was my whole purpose of mentioning it and sharing it, to hold myself accountable and make sure that I don't fall short. And so, things are going good with that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm loving the move. I actually got over 3 miles in a class period the other day, so it's less than 30 minutes on the treadmill, and managed to get 3 miles. And I happened to be running next to a guy that later on told me that he does competitive running across the nation. So that kind of probably fueled me a little bit in that little bit of I can't look slow right now. But hey, I wasn't mad about it. It was a good class, and definitely I was a little bit more sore than I normally have because I probably pushed a little harder than I normally would have. But not complaining at all. It was great. So
Yeah. What's your number to date?
I think I'm at 23 miles right now.
There you go.
Yeah, and so I
almost a marathon.
Yeah. So actually, now that you say that, I think it's higher because I think I crossed the marathon this morning. I am at 26.3 miles. So
there you go.
Yeah. So as soon as you said marathon, it triggered my memory because I remember this morning saying, I've run a marathon this month now. So, but yeah, in less, I have I'll have one more class on the 15th that takes us to the halfway point of the month. And so I'm right on track with hitting that 60-mile mark as long as I keep going with what I was doing. Had a meeting on last Thursday that I wasn't able to walk the track. So that kind of worried me a little bit because it set me back. That's 5 miles that I normally would have walked that I didn't get in. So, but I did, plan my month out with the idea of that there's going to be some days that I'm not going to be able to get the miles in that I do on a weekly basis. And so it's going to be okay. So I keep telling myself, it's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. You got it. And if I have to bump it up the last weekend of the month and go for an outdoor run, then so be it. I'll get it done. So
yeah. Well, I did something a little different last week because obviously our weather's not the best for outdoor running right now.
Yeah.
So we stayed inside and did bike intervals.
Oh, okay.
And that was, we did every minute, we did 15 seconds hard. And then the next 45 were just still moving, but not keeping on. We did that for 20 minutes straight. And that was, you wouldn't think, 15 seconds, that's not that long. But when you're getting into like that 12th, 13th, 14th minute, it feels like the 15 seconds takes a long time. And then that 45 seconds of kind of rest gets very, very short. But it was good and felt good on the legs and, a different lung burn, besides then going out and running. And so.
Oh, yeah. And getting that little bit of the shock of the body in there too. And shocking those muscles a different way than they're used to. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you do that at the CrossFit gym or would you do that
Yeah. So the backside was a little sore from being on a bike seat that long, but
I understand that completely. We have an Nordic track, video screen bike, kind of like the Peloton, but it's the Nordic track version of it. And during COVID, I rode it a lot. Just being home all the time, and I went out and bought padded shorts. So I know exactly what you're talking about the backside. But I was told by by friends that do the riding that you become accustomed to it. It's like working a muscle and knowing how to adjust to that. And I'm like, and it eventually got a little bit easier, but it's definitely not comfortable. So,
yeah. Well, hopefully, I wish we could just like fast forward to where I'm used to that.
Yeah, and I agree 100%. So so I got my 5-mile walk scheduled for 2 this week. They moved my son's soccer practices, so they were at the junior high and now they're moving him down at the middle school and now they're moving him down to the high school. And I'm really hoping that they have 2 fields at the high school and one of them has the track and the other one doesn't. So I'm hoping that it's the one with the track.
Yeah.
That means it'll be lit. And so I'd imagine that that's where it's at, but I'm still hoping that, for whatever reason, there's not they didn't put lights up somewhere else and figure that out. So
yeah. Well, if not, you can just turn your watch on and go for a walk. And nope, not there yet.
Yeah, there we
go. Nope, not there yet.
For sure. I'll make it happen. I will. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, good deal. Anything else you wanted to touch on before we wrapped it up?
No, I think that's good for this week.
All right, good deal. Once again, we are Ray and Ryan, Movement Monday with Ray and Ryan. If you haven't had a chance to yet, check us out on YouTube. If this is your first time tuning in, we have a whole bunch of our previous live sessions recorded and uploaded to YouTube. We'd love the support. It's the same name as we have of this live podcast, Movement Monday with Ray and Ryan. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share, leave us a comment. If there's anything that you'd like for us to discuss or you'd like to participate, movement is a passion in your life, and you'd like to join us on one of our live sessions, we'd love to have the company. Just reach out to either Ryan or I. We are also both promoters for Innov8tive Post, the line of vitamins, supplements, and self-care products. So if there's anything that you'd like to know more about that, help you with your sleep, help you with CBD, help you with getting yourself relaxed and taken care of a little bit at a better level. We'd love to share some information. Just reach out. Other than that, we will talk to you all next week. Have a good one.
Take care.